Hello Ryan, my name is Pablo, I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I really appreciate the honesty you put on your videos. I'm a software developer, but I believe in the first couple of years it will be extremely difficult for me or stressful to work on this area. So I was wondering, have you ever seen any kind of demand of Spanish teachers in Japan these days? I know English is the king, but I had to ask. Any kind of feedback on my question would be greatly appreciated. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Hey Pablo, how's it going, man? It's mid-October here in Osaka, Japan. Let me show you the view out my window. Yeah, that's some scenery you're gonna have to get used to. Just buildings crammed up against each other. This is city life, but if that's what you want to do, then by all means, Osaka is a place for you, or Tokyo. Yeah, I get a lot of like emails and messages from people who speak a different language. Their native language is not English, and they want to know if they can teach their language here in Japan. Definitely. I mean, the most common languages here are the most common languages that are taught here, and this is from my experience working in many different schools, are English, of course, German, French, Italian, trying to think if I leave anything out, Spanish, and then Chinese and Korean. Those are like the most popular languages that I see taught here. And I would say Spanish is probably like number 2 or 3. So English number 1, and then it's a toss-up between Chinese and French and Spanish. Those are the 4 big ones. English, Spanish, Chinese, and French. And Korean is pretty close in there, and Italian is popular too, actually. I mean, yeah, I don't know which ones are the most popular, but Spanish is it's in the top 4 definitely. So I don't know if you can come here and get a work visa to strictly teach Spanish. I've never heard of that. Whereas, Americans and Canadians, for example, a Japanese company will sponsor a visa for us so that we have a work visa so that we can live and work in Japan. But I've never met anybody who teaches Spanish who got a work visa solely because they speak Spanish. In a lot of the schools I worked in, the Spanish teachers also spoke English. So they taught Spanish and English. And judging from your video, I also believe that you could teach English to beginners, no problem. One thing that people don't realize about Japan is that their English level is extremely low. So yeah, you could teach English here, trust me on that. I think you should stick with your dreams about being a software developer here. I think it's possible. I've heard about foreigners who are programmers, software developers involved in that field. But I think the issue that you have, and that maybe this hasn't clicked in your mind yet, is that you need some sort of visa to get here first. And what I would recommend for you is that you come on a student visa, okay? So come on a student visa and intend to be a student of the Japanese language. So you'll be a full-time student. The school will issue you a visa. I think you can do this all before you come to Japan. Get taken care of at the embassy, the Japanese embassy. Yeah, that's going to cost some money. You're going to have to save up some money to do that. But once you're here as a student, you're going to start learning Japanese, and I think you're going to need Japanese probably. If you're going to work at a Japanese company as a software developer, it's going to help. So come here as a student, learn Japanese, I don't know how long the visa is. It could be 6 months, it could be a year. It depends on how much tuition you pay for up front. Give yourself the chance to see if you actually like Japan. And I think you will. I think you'll like it here. And then that's kind of like your intro into Japan. Okay, so you're getting a sense of what Japan is like and how things work here. And while you're a student, you can work up to 28 hours a week, which is wonderful because you teaching Spanish, you're going to be making between 25, 30 US dollars per hour. So that's enough, right? And like I said, I think you can teach English, so you can get work teaching English and Spanish on the side, help support yourself financially. And once you kind of get you get a sense of the way things work here, I think you're going to find your way, man. You're going to find a way to be a software developer. All right, Pablo, hope I answered that question. And good luck in your endeavors to come to Japan. I hope you make it over here and we can hang out. Later, man.